Hello, my name is Samuel Gorman. One of the many holidays that I practice over the year is Halloween. Halloween is a yearly holiday full of scares, skeletons, and sweets, with costume making, trick-or-treating, and horror movies being prime activities. Today, Americans spend an estimated $6 billion preparing for Halloween customs like trick-or-treating and costume making it the nation's second largest commercial holiday. However, it wasn't always like this. In fact, Halloween has its roots deep into Celtic traditions. Halloween used to be known as Samhain, and it was held on the same day as our modern Halloween. The people who observed Halloween, the Celtics, believed that this world and the next became especially thin on this day, and that it enabled them to connect with the dead. At the time, Celtics also celebrated in costume, although they were more like animal hides than actual costumes, and they disguised as ghosts, enjoyed special feasts, and made lanterns by hollowing out gourds, much like jack-o'-lanterns. Eventually, however, Christianity took over the Celtic lands in the 4th century, and it became mainstream in the 5th and 6th century. Instead of getting rid of Halloween, however, Christians transitioned it into All Hallows Eve, and they changed that day's holiday from May 13th, which it had been until the 7th century, to October 31st. Mainly due to its similarities to Samhain and its interference with other Christian traditions, such as Easter. The main differences, however, came that instead of Halloween being about mystical things, such as the dead, it became more about telling the future. Apple bobbing, for instance, became a fortune-telling game for women to find their future husbands and matchmake. In modern times, however, Halloween is even more different. By the late 1800s, the focus of American Halloween celebrations had shifted to community and neighborly get-togethers, becoming much less concerned with ghosts, pranks, and witchcraft. Our modern tradition of trick-or-treating also come from Celtic traditions, where poor people would visit the houses of wealthier families and receive pastries called soul cakes in exchange for a promise to pray for the souls of the owner's dead relatives. This practice, known as souling, was later adopted by children who went door to door asking for gifts such as food, money, and ale. While the old tradition of wearing costumes by the Celtics had fallen out by the time the Christians came along, it was later revived by people who wished to wear costumes simply to scare their neighbors. In conclusion, Halloween was initially a Celtic tradition by the name of Samhain. Later, it was taken over by the holiday All Hallows Eve by Christians. As time went on, however, around the 1800s, it slowly changed into the holiday that we all know today,